And here we are. It's Tuesday, March 4th, 2025, kicking off the show with one of the latest tracks from Architects Elegy on K-Bear 101. I was supposed to play that full album on Friday, but unfortunately, the person who was supposed to send me the album, she's at a rock radio convention, didn't get it to me till after the show was over on Friday, but I'm like, you know what? I'll take at least one track off of it. The very first track, Elegy, Architects, Peaches Pip Party on K-Bear 101. Hopefully you are doing well. I'm tired. I got to be honest with you. I don't want to start the show off by complaining. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I'm here. Yesterday we had this big time debate about doing the dishes versus doing the laundry. Which one is worse? I'm team anti-dishes. I hate doing the dishes. Laundry, not nearly as bad. And looking at the Facebook group results, K-Bear 101, Idaho Rock and Metal, seems like my team won. People don't really like doing the dishes. I did see some suggestions saying that they didn't like dusting. My nose goes crazy whenever I decide to dust. I have real bad allergies. And my dad was the biggest stickler. Any single time he would, I would ask my dad, hey, can you come watch me play this game real quick? I think you'd have fun. Or I think I would attempt to try to have him play any one of the wrestling video games, sports video games growing up, and he would immediately walk into my room, drag his finger across the shelf and go, man, it's dusty in here. And then he would start that mumbling thing that I've talked about before. I sit all day. You know, that type of thing where he's like mocking me for not cleaning my room. I hear that voice in my head to this day. Whenever there's a shelf in my place that's dusty, and trust me, there's a few shelves that need to be dusted around my place, and I need to get it done. I'll probably do that tonight. But anyway, we're not here to talk about chores. We're here to have some fun today. If you want to get a hold of me, like I said, 208-535-1015. We'll be back with The Offspring and more on K-Bear 101. Well, Victor, I'm hoping the show gets better because I started off the show by talking about chores.
Oh, that's fun.
Are you team anti-dishes or anti-laundry?
Definitely anti-dishes.
Right?
Laundry's easy.
Folding is not that bad.
No.
Now, do you consider putting the dishes away or considering them done when they're in that rack?
I guess that's kind of 50-50, Peaches.
For me, that's the dude part of me that's like, okay, they're done. They're sitting there in that rack, and then I grab stuff from the rack whenever I'm making something. Okay,
so I have a dishwasher.
Oh,
let me drag it up here with my dishwasher.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Where's my wall here?
I've got a dishwasher.
Here we go.
Oh, good for you.
But it's the same kind of deal. When the dishes are clean in the dishwasher, it's like, they're done. You don't got to put them away. I feel like they're truly done when I actually put them away. But more often than not, I just start digging them out of there and using them again.
Because you're a dude living by yourself, right?
Yeah, and they end up in
you don't have the pressure of like two girls or actually three girls in total anymore.
Oh, yeah. I've only got to do my dishes like once every 2 weeks now. It's disgusting. They pile up.
Exactly. There's a big pile in my sink, and this is gross. This is terrible. I recently made my own mac and cheese.
Okay, yeah, I remember when you did this.
And so
last week.
Yeah, the bowl is still in the sink.
It's okay. I got dishes in my sink from last week. I ain't judging.
But this wasn't the whole part of the break. I saw this thread on Reddit. What video game do you remember enjoying that hardly anyone ever seems to mention these days? And I have seen this video game now twice today, going back to our conversation during the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, talking about a simulation, like things that repeat.
Yeah.
Redneck Rampage.
Dude, I saw a post about that, and I hadn't thought about that game in 30 years. I don't know.
Are there any funny quotes that we could potentially put into imaging?
I don't even remember it. It's been that long.
That's my radio mind is like, okay, we have these obscure video games. Let's put them, any funny quotes at all, into imaging that people can relate to.
I forgot to mention a simulation moment that I had. I talked about it on the morning show.
Okay, go for it.
Last week, Pink Floyd, I was talking one morning show about the amazing Live at Pompeii and how I was frustrated that, you couldn't find a good quality copy of it anywhere. It had never been released like on Blu-ray or 4K. Later that day, Pink Floyd announces they're re-releasing Live at Pompeii in 4K, IMAX theaters, and that it's being remixed by Steven Wilson. I couldn't believe it.
I saw your post about this on Facebook.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was like through the power of manipulating the simulation, brought that into existence. I was so excited.
Something similar happens to me every single time I think about some listener that hasn't called in or contacted me in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately, the next day, call up and say, hey, how's it going, dude? I haven't talked to you in forever. And I tell them that. I'm like, dude, I literally just thought about you.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like James from Tennessee.
I was thinking about you, James.
Yeah, I was thinking
That's
about
what you tell them?
Yeah. I get all close to the microphone and be like, hey, I thought about you.
Hey, Crazy Jay, we've been thinking about you.
Yeah. Crazy Jay, I miss your laugh.
Crazy Jay called me this morning.
Did he?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he did.
Earthworm Jim, did you play that game?
Yeah. Dude, that game's hard. It's a very aggravating video game.
Let's just go down this list here.
Yeah, all right. I'm anxious to hear of video games I'd forgotten about. I mean, I when you asked the question, the first one that came to mind was King's Quest.
Oddworld Abe's Exodus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely played that back in the day. Another difficult, aggravating game.
Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah. Gauntlet goes back to... Gauntlet might have been even pre-NES. They had a weird-shaped cartridge for the NES for Gauntlet. That's how old I am.
You got to bring in an NES to Maddie.
And she never played one?
Maddie's born in the year 2007.
Well, but my kids were born a few years before that, and they've played an NES.
That's so weird to me. I mean, I'm considered the young one in this building.
Yeah, you're
and I'm 1996. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was never a little kid. Let's be honest here. But
you're a big kid.
Yeah. Lode Runner.
I vaguely remember Lode Runner. LODE.
Yeah.
Yeah. I vaguely remember it.
Road Rash.
Oh, dude, I love Road Rash. That was a great game. You're riding on motorcycles, and you just, it's a racing game, but you could pummel your opponents with things like bats and chains.
Yeah, the first picture I see when pulling it up, somebody's kicking another motorcycle driver.
Yeah. See, back in the day, Peaches, when the Nintendo versus Sega war was going on, Super Nintendo, Nintendo wouldn't put any blood or violence in their video games, but Sega had all these games that would have blood and violence, like Road Rash. They had Mutant League Football and Mutant League Hockey. And then when Mortal Kombat came out on Nintendo and Genesis, Sega was the only way you could play it with blood. You still had to put in a code to get the blood to appear in the game. Isn't that weird to think about?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to know the secret code, and you could only do it on Sega. Super Nintendo, no blood for Mortal Kombat. And they took all the fatalities and watered them down and made them pretty tame.
What about Skitchin?
Is that like a skateboarding game? Right. Skitchin. That sounds familiar.
I'm going to put that into Google real fast.
Skitchin. I do remember that name.
1994.
I see you, Jade.
1994 racing game.
A racing game. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're just talking about stuff you wouldn't know about video games. You only nerd on, other computer stuff. Pretty much. Okay. Yeah.
Get back to work.
What do you call this? This is radio. This is work.
Pitfall.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I mean, that's an Atari classic. That's old.
Redneck Rampage, obviously. Yeah, and then Gex Enter the Gecko.
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't that that was a Sega Saturn or something?
Let me see here.
Maybe it was Genesis. I remember this stupid gecko, though. This was pre-Geico.
Oh, yeah. He has side. It kind of looks like James Bond.
Yeah.
But in gecko form.
Yeah.
From 1998. I was 2 when this came out.
98, huh?
Wait.
Later than I thought.
Came out for the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Microsoft Windows, and Game Boy Color.
Really? Okay, I was way off with that one.
For some reason, it said Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Game Boy. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. A copy of it's $75 now.
$75?
All these nostalgic video games are way expensive now.
Oh, I know. I was in Entertainmart recently, and I was looking at PS3 games because I recently hooked up the PlayStation 3 so I could play Grand Theft Auto 4. And I was like, I wonder if there are any other PS3 games that I'd like to have. And I couldn't believe the price. I didn't think that there was demand for PS3.
Yeah, games. I went to a pawn shop last year or 2 years ago because someone I knew had a GameCube. We went there and they're like, yeah, Kirby Air Ride is $96. And we just walked right out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is why people use emulators.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you just want to play a game, I'm not going to drop $100 on one of those. I don't think there's any video game from back in the day that's worth $100.
Not at all.
The only video game I even know of that's worth $100 is Red Dead 2 because of the amount of time you can get out of it.
Oh, imagine how much that's going to be years down the line.
I mean, it's one of the biggest selling games of all time. So
but as a vintage item, like
maybe so. If you have one that's like, if you had one in the plastic, an original.
Sure.
Like I've got that Red Dead 2 strategy guide that my sister got me for like Christmas or something years ago. That's a collectible item now.
Oh, there we go.
It's fairly pricey.
Put that in your bookshelf?
Oh, it's on the
Yeehaw.
bookshelf. It's on the bookshelf. I've never even opened it because I figured it would be collectible, and I'm also an expert. I don't need
that list could also be helpful for when you next stream, and you can just go down that list of video games and play them on an emulator.
Well, I'm thinking, I was looking at the timing on the new Ghost video. I think it's supposed to happen here tonight at like 10 p.m. So if I want to punish myself, I could stay up and
do a live reaction. That'd be pretty cool.
It just depends if I want to stay up because I'll pay for it. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
So apparently some Tesla owners, they're going through an identity crisis. There's a whole movement of people who love their cars, but they're not exactly thrilled about being associated with Elon Musk. And their solution, swapping out the Tesla logo with custom emblems, even using projectors to shine their own designs on the ground when they open the doors. Because nothing says I drive a Tesla, but totally don't support the guy behind it, like slapping a sticker over the T and pretending it's a different car. There was somebody that was driving an obvious Tesla that took the Audi logo and put it on the back. I mean, I get it. Musk has a way of making headlines, not always the good kind, but you can change the logo all you want. That thing is still a Tesla. You still gave his company money. It's like putting a wig on a bald guy like me and saying, nope. Totally different dude. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. 81-year-old Jimmy Johnson is retiring from his broadcast role at Fox after 31 years. Johnson announced his decision yesterday, saying the most fun I've ever had in my career, that's counting Super Bowls and national championships, was at Fox Sports. It was quite a run for Johnson, who was part of the original on-air lineup of the Sunday morning NFL on Fox pregame show, included Johnson, James Brown, Terry Bradshaw, and Howie Long. Serena Williams is stepping into a new role as part of the ownership group for the Toronto Tempo, a brand new WNBA team set to debut in 2026. Williams, who is one of the most accomplished athletes in history, hopes her investment and involvement gives a boost to other female athletes. As she explained, it's about showcasing the true value and potential of female athletes. I have always said that women's sports are an incredible investment opportunity. If you're interested in watching more NBA history being made by LeBron James, consider tuning in to tonight's Lakers game against the New Orleans Pelicans. LeBron is exactly 1 point away from 50,000 career points, including both the regular season and playoffs, and will become the first NBA player to reach the milestone. I'm sure he'll get it done. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. All right, so you know how most companies show appreciation like a pizza party. They do something like that, or a $5 Starbucks gift card and say, hey, thanks for working for us for 20 years. Well, in China, one company just said, screw it, and literally dumped $8 million in cash on a table, told employees, take what you can grab. No envelopes, no direct deposits, no HR approvals, just a real-time game of who wants to be a millionaire but make it a street fight. Only in the video, they're all cordial. They're all nice. They're just grabbing wads of cash and putting it in their pockets. That's about it. Could you imagine if we did that, something like that here at a major corporation in the U.S.? People would be diving on the table. Somebody would die. The very first time it happened, somebody would get knocked out, and that would be the end of it. Right? I mean, if that happened here, I'd be walking into work with a duffel bag. I don't even own football pads. I'd probably go to the local sporting goods store, put those on, and start knocking people out of the way. Come on. The wingspan that I have, do one big swoop into the duffel bag, just a grab and go mode, kind of like the bank robbery that you would do in GTA 5. Take all the money and run. Maybe I should save this one for what the headline. This one's a doozy. 100%. This story out of Florida, because of course it's Florida. A woman tried to erase her DNA evidence by pouring a bottle of Mountain Dew all over herself. Yeah, murder, Mountain Dew, and science. Now I don't know what crime podcasts she's been binging, but I'm pretty sure none of them have ever said, hey, if you get caught, just bathe in Baja Blast and you'll be fine. imagine the cops' body cam footage. Just to see that all go down. That's not how DNA works. That's not even how Mountain Dew works. If anything, now the crime scene smells like a 7-Eleven imploded. Or exploded, I should say. But I know Mountain Dew has some extreme branding, but I don't think destroy all trace evidence was ever on the label. I just think that's pretty funny. Genius of the Day material, which, by the way, you can hear every single weekday morning, 6:45 a.m. on The Victor Wilt Show. So we've talked about it a few times on the show about how scientists at this one particular biotech company called Colosso Biosciences, they're trying to de-extinct woolly mammoths by genetically modifying Asian elephants to give them woolly mammoth traits. They hope the first calf will be born by the end of 2028. So right now they're sort of testing out the gene on mice, and sure enough, they have basically created woolly mice. You should see these. They're just, hairy mice. One mouse compared to the other one, just loads and loads of fur. That's it. Which, I mean, cool. Yay. I feel like there could be some better things that scientists could be doing with their time. But if we want to bring the woolly mammoth back, I mean, what's the whole end goal for this? To bring it back and then say, okay, you know what? Now we're going to de-extinct the dodo bird. We're going to move on to dinosaurs eventually. I bet some stupid company out there is going to try to revive a dinosaur, and they'll come back and kill us all. Does the Minecraft movie come out soon? I think it might. Let me see. Minecraft movie release date. Because I thought April 4th. So it's literally a month from today. I'm not going to pay money to watch that in the theater. I don't think. I might have to watch it when it comes out on demand. I'm assuming it's not going to be very good by the looks of things. And there is as per usual, when there's a children's movie that gets released, there has to be toys along with it. I saw a creeper statue, and then I saw a Jack Black action figure. Because he's in the movie. He's Minecraft Steve. There's that famous I am Steve in the trailer. He's holding a iron sword from what it looks like. Has the blue shirt, dark blue pants. Supposed to resemble the Minecraft character, only it's Jack Black wearing the costume. Even has his signature gray beard, long brown hair, and everything. And people are just making fun of it, saying, who wants to play as a middle-aged man with that action figure? I mean, it would be a fun K-Bear decoration for the shelf behind me. We got some weird stuff. Like that one time that I'm not going to name the name of the fast food restaurant that I went to, but they had those nugget toys, and I used to get their adult kids meal. Is it the adult meal? Is that what it's called? And they would give you the collector nugget, and there's like 6 of them over there. I'm looking across from me. Yep, there's plenty of weird things on that shelf, and maybe this Jack Black action figure could go right on it. I'm sure it's going to be wildly expensive. Now, I'm guessing for this basic action figure, at least $35. I'm guessing. Peach's prediction. Oh, yeah, I should have mentioned this at the beginning part of the show. Idaho's Best released their nominees for this year. And not only K-Bear has made the nomination list, but Victor Wilt's morning show also made the nomination list. Only morning shows are available for nomination. Just wanted to put that out there just in case somebody was wondering, like, hey, why isn't your show nominated, Peaches? You can actually vote at idahosbest.com. Victor supplied the voting link in the K-Bear 101 group, as well as the K-Bear 101 Facebook page as well. idahosbest.com/vote. You can search for the word radio to find the categories and vote for us if you'd like. There was a few big-time errors in their list that I emailed them about this morning after Victor and I talked about it on his morning show, which, by the way, you can hear that on the Victor Wilt Show on demand, wherever you get your podcasts. They decided to add Katie Lee at 105 The Hawk as one of the morning show nominees, which Katie Lee is no longer on The Hawk, and when she wasn't on in the morning. She was the midday host. And now she's afternoons / the brand ambassador for Z103, literally right behind me. And then there was a few stations out of Spokane that somehow made the list, and there was like a podcast on there as well. It was a very, very error-filled list, but we made it, And I want you to please vote for K-Bear, vote for the Victor Wilt Show as well. Idaho's Best 2025. Now, this What the Headline is sort of adorable. Also, I would kind of be frustrated if I was the 911 operator. A toddler in Oklahoma, she was playing with an old cell phone. Or it was a boy, was playing with an old cell phone, dialed 911 to report emergency donuts. Yeah, the little boy's parents must not have realized that the old phone still had emergency calling enabled. That's one of the first phone numbers you learn as a kid. Like, hey, if you ever have an emergency, use the phone, 911. Well, the child called 911 and kept repeating emergency donuts to the dispatcher. The patient call taker adorably played along, asked several times to speak to his mother, but the child kept repeating emergency donuts. He eventually told her, have a good day, and hung up. It's unclear whether the child was asking for donuts or not, but the dispatcher sent police over to his house with, you guessed it, donuts. Isn't that nice? Here's audio of that call, I think.
Do you have an emergency?
Hello?
You can faintly hear
Donuts. I want
donuts.
donuts. Are you going to share your donuts?
I'm taking your mommy.
You going to take me to mommy now?
Adorable. Oh yeah, playing that Slayer song right there just reminded me about my post in the SiriusXM Octane Facebook group. Because, we asked ChatGPT in a previous noon hour of Madness and Mayhem to give us hot takes when it comes to rock and metal music. And considering Slayer just played right there, ChatGPT said every Slayer song sounds the same. And so I had it give me some sort of statement about Greta Van Fleet being better than Nirvana. And I had it make up this elaborate post that I knew would get people upset. And it said something about how Greta Van Fleet is better than Nirvana 10 times or something. Some crazy paragraph post. I put it in the Octane fan club, turned notifications off, and I just checked it recently, and there was like 300 reactions. Most of them were just laughing. Luckily, a good amount of the comments were like, dude, this is satire. This is 100% satire, which is funny because I've posted satire in the K-Bear group before, and there have been people who have fallen for it, like for the past two concert posters that I've shared in the K-Bear group. I write like this is a completely fake tour announcement as a joke because people accused me of posting a fake show announcement a couple weeks back for that Summer of Loud festival. People were trying to fact check me as if I didn't know about the show or anything like that, that I would just share complete ignorance on Facebook. Come on. I'm in charge of the concert calendar here. I know what's coming. I know what's going to hit up Boise, Salt Lake City, even right here in Idaho Falls and Pocatello and all that fun stuff. I'm excited for this year. All right. There's a lot of shows on that concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. If you want to see the post I made in the Octane fan club, you can laugh at the people freaking out because there's a lot of people saying it was satire, but a lot of people falling for my rage bait as well by just trying to fight me within the comment section. All right. Let's talk about Costco, where you go in for a pack of toilet paper, somehow leave with a $3,000 diamond. According to a recent insider list, Costco is pulling some serious big spender moves. We're talking about $1,000 leather sofas, $500 steaks. Don't even get me started on their $700 kitchen appliances. You know, Costco turning into that high-end boutique. It's funny how many weird things they have in Costco's, at Costco's. Like they have a white gold Rolex on sale for $26,000. Is some rich guy really going to Costco and going, you know what? I'll buy that today. I'll get that from here. Do they want to buy it from Costco? Do they tell their rich friends that they bought it from Costco? Or do they say like, oh, I bought it at some jeweler? Like they're fancy with it, you know? Costco also, I think, has that $18,000 24 bottle Dom Perignon collector's pack they can get as well. $18,000 on that is pretty crazy. Pretty dumb at the same time, too. The biggest cult following when it comes to shopping are the Costco shoppers. I've talked about it before. I'll say it again. You will never meet any more passionate audience than the Costco cult followers. Have you seen the videos on TikTok? There's plenty of people on there saying, this is what's brand new at Costco. And they act like their entire account on TikTok, Instagram, whatever social media platform they're using is dedicated to what's new at Costco. It's very weird. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.